Hey there, happy Wednesday. It's Kim Marie. I want to talk about anxiety. What do we do when we're anxious? Gosh, everybody is in an uproar in these last couple of years. The rates of anxiety and depression have risen, addiction, right? It's crazy. But I want to talk specifically about anxiety and how we can rise above those feelings that can get a hold of us, right? So what gets you anxious? If there's something that comes to you, write it. I'd love to know. I'd love to show you some tricks, because anxiety, the feeling of anxiousness, is like a big ball of energy. And where does that energy stem from? From fear. It's whether we're in an interaction that we don't know how to deal with and it makes us anxious, or we're worried about how we're going to do this thing in the future and we're anxious. There's a big ball of energy. So number one, is that we want to get present. We don't want to be in the future, because when we're in the future, what happens is our focus narrows and it makes it much harder to find a solution. Also, we're bringing cortisol into our body, which just is that stress response, right? And so having that big ball of energy can be transformed to other things like enthusiasm, like just energy to do a run, energy to do something like clean the house, right? We can transform that energy. So that's one thing, because emotion is energy in motion. And I'm not discounting how it feels, right? When we're in the future, or we're panicked, or we have a decision to make, it's real for us. I get that. I'm not discounting that at all. I'm just saying that it is energy in motion. So we have to utilize the amount of energy we have. Many people end up going on medication to suppress the heightened amount of emotion that we can experience. But then heightened emotion is also joy, peace, freedom, enthusiasm, playfulness. So it suppresses a lot of things. We don't want to suppress the energy. We want to learn how to utilize it. So one thing, let me give you a tool for today and how you can just immediately rise above the problem. Because if your energy is at a 2, right? If you have a little bit of a low energy because this is knocking down your confidence and you're in confusion, that your energy can get low, right? And if the problem is a 5 energy level, that's a big problem, right? And that's what we're dealing with. We're looking at it and we're just seeing a big problem. But if we can rise above and raise our energy, and our energy becomes a 6 or a 7, then it's what problem? There is no problem. There's nothing that has a hold on you. So a few ways to raise our energy that are different than exercise, which is one way to kind of release some energy. But to raise your energy is to get into being inquisitive, to start to see it from a different angle, to kind of twist the situation around from maybe feeling victimized or feeling not enough to, oh, what am I really what am I learning here? What do I need to see from this situation? So that's one thing. Another thing is just having gratitude. And yes, I'm not saying be grateful for this hard workout that you don't know if you'll be able to do, but being grateful for anything can raise your vibration. So focusing on things that you already are good at, and just in that moment, just as a tool, not calling you ungrateful and in life you're ungrateful. I'm saying use it as a tool, literally, to raise your vibration, to get inquisitive and to get in gratitude, to surround yourself with, oh gosh, I love my grandchildren. I love that I have amazing clients I get to work with. It feels so good when I am in my mate's arms. Like, just really just surround yourself, because then you are in the driver's seat. The second way is when you are racking your brain trying to figure out a problem, or you're in discord with somebody, it's that can grip you. So how do we rise above it? So let's do this. Let's take 3 deep diaphragmatic breaths. And when I say a diaphragmatic breath, what I mean is that I want you to imagine as you inhale, not when you exhale, as you inhale, you blow your belly out like a balloon. So you're filling the belly with air, and then you'll hold it for 4 seconds. And then when you exhale, you're going to release more than you took in, right? So it's inhale, belly's out, hold it. And then as you exhale, and close your eyes when you do this if you can, and 2 more times. Inhale, hold it, exhale slowly. Last one. Hold it. Exhale slowly. Now with your eyes closed, imagine how small you are in this problem, right? Imagine that feeling of anxiety that's in you and see how small you feel. And then imagine blowing yourself up like a balloon. And you can do it. You can go and just blow yourself up like a balloon. And as soon as you see yourself blowing up bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and now you're this giant balloon and you look down on the problem. And as you look down on the problem, what do you see? Do you feel disempowered? As you're rising above the problem, what might you see differently in that situation? What might that other person be feeling? And just listen to the insight that comes to you. You would be amazed at how quickly you can connect with the higher part of who you are, your inner essence, your inner knowing, your inner connection to the situation, the person in front of you, what you're being brought to see. Will come to you, because now you've expanded and you've opened the space to learn something. So you're in being inquisitive. What can I learn from this situation? Now you've gained your power back. Now the breathing has gotten the oxytocin in your brain. You're no longer running on cortisol, which narrows your focus and narrows your ability to heal the problem. You're now in problem solving mode. Your brain is there. Your brain already has all the chemicals it needs to overcome anxiety, depression, all of these things. We make this. We make serotonin. We make oxytocin. We make dopamine, but we also make cortisol, which is the stress hormone. And that stress hormone, it is what puts us in fight or flight. So whenever we are in fear, whenever we are buying into lack, whenever we are believing that we are the victim of a situation, we go into that panic, fight or flight, cortisol flooding our body, and now the dopamine and the oxytocin and all the good feel-good hormones cannot be activated. They are being overtaken, right? They're being overtaken by the cortisol. So it's allowing us to get our power back by utilizing the chemicals that are readily available in our body and in our brain to flood our body with the feel-good hormones. And those hormones allow us to experience the joy, peace, and freedom naturally. So that's what I'd like you to just lean into for a moment. Anxiety, feeling anxious, is a state of being, and they now diagnose it, right? But it's just a constant state of being that it's your go-to, it's your habit, right? And it's learning another way of dealing with stress, learning another way of dealing with fear and not feeling safe, and getting back into your empowerment. The one thing that chemicals that are outside of you don't do is teach you those tools so that you can find the empowerment, so you can get back into the confidence of who you really are in your best self. And that is my goal, to teach you how to get into your best self and live your best life. So you have an amazing day. Thank you.